Let's Learn English with Jawad. Today I'm going to be talking about um, tense. What is a tense? So first and foremost, we have to know, or we need to know the meaning of a tense. In English language, in the English language, when we talk about a time that we did something in the past, or something we are doing right now, or we do it on a regular basis, or we will be doing it, or we will do in the future. That's when we use the appropriate form of our verb. So that's called tense. The definition is here. It says a tense is a form of a verb that allows or tells us to express or to talk about time. The only way that we can speak about a different time is by using the appropriate form of our verb in our sentence or sentences. So there are three main tenses, which are past, present, future. So we'll forget this part for now. Okay? Let's do it this way. Tenses. Okay? So present simple, we use the present simple tense to talk about repeated actions, habits, general truths, or it talks about an action, event, or activity that happens regularly. For first person or singular subject verb, we add e or es. Add e or es at the end of our verb. So the first person, what's the meaning of first person? This is our first person, okay? Okay, first person singular is Ali, he, she, les, it. Example, the train arrives in Oslo at 12 p.m. every day. So this is something which happens as a repeated action, okay? Or we can also call it, yeah, it's a habit. It's a habit of the person who drives or who controls this or who operates this, okay? Next one, this is an everyday action. Mary speaks English fluently in class at the meeting or gathering. So, Mary speaks English fluently. This could be a habit. This could be a repeated action. And it talks about something that happens regularly. Okay? So this we have mentioned here is that an all-time action whenever she speaks English. The Nile River flows fast from south to north. So the Nile River flows fast from south to north. This we are going to call it we're going to call it as general truth. Okay, this is also regular action. This is also natural. You will never see the Nile River flowing from north to south. So our potluck party takes place every Friday night. Potluck means when families come together and every family brings food and they share together and enjoy it. So this is uh, called potluck. Our potluck party takes place every Friday night. So every Friday night is an activity that happens at a particular time, and that's every Friday night. Christmas occurs on the 25th December. We all know that Christmas happens or occurs on the 25th December. If we don't say every year, we know it obviously that this this event or this celebration happens on this day. If you don't say every year, still people know it because it's not that this happens um, on the 25th December this year and the next year will happen on some other date. That's wrong. The water flows south every spring. So the water flows south every spring. So this is also natural and repeated action. It talks about fact because you will never see the water and every spring flows east, west, or north. So it always happens in the same direction. This action happens at a particular time every spring, okay? I would just say this action is natural, Okay, and happens at a particular time. Okay, a particular time every year. A particular time every year. So to talk about present tense or simple present, first we must know or we need to know the difference in rules for singular subjects, verb, okay, verb use. As an action or activity that happens at a particular time, regular time or particular time, or as a habitual activity, we need to use S and ES at the end of every singular subject verb. If you guys remember, we last time we talked about how to make a noun from singular or from single to plural. Okay, single noun we had, it was like individual noun, and we converted or we changed it to plural form. We when we wanted to talk about something which is more than one, and then we had to use S and ES at the end of the nouns. Okay, so that was called regular nouns, where we put S and ES at the end of every noun. So the exact formula applies here. If our verbs in our sentences where we have singular subjects, if those verbs end in ES, CH, SH, XZO, then we need to put ES at the end of those verbs to make it present tense. So examples here are given here. It says Ali, Anita, Jasper, he, she, it, or the cat. These are singular subjects. So I've made some examples. Ali makes noise when he is under pressure. Okay. And Ali makes noise. Why we say makes? Because make is the verb and Ali is singular. So Ali does this action of making noise every time he's uh, under pressure. So we just put S. Anita yawns endlessly when she's in English class. So yawns means she feels sleepy. Why we put S? Because we don't have Anita is singular. Yawn is a verb part of the sentence, and we don't have any CHSHXZOS, ZOX, so we can put ES. Jasper produces great and informative kids programs. So why we put here S? Because produce is a verb ended in E. Okay, he gets along with Jacqueline. He gets along well with Jacqueline. So whenever he gets together with Jacqueline, or when he is with Jacqueline, like he is okay, he likes it and he gets along with it. He attends the class religiously. He is a singular subject. Attend is the verb part of the sentence, and attends because it's the verb attend is ended in D. That's why we put only one S. Okay. So let's say. So here we go. Now we're going to discuss this part. It says that present tense for both um, for both singular and plural subjects. The above statements of present simple or simple present tense with regular subjects statements demonstrate our verbs in both subject classes and their required forms. Okay. We discussed the rules for using the correct forms of our verbs relevant to the correct forms of our subjects. We also discussed why our singular subject verbs take S or ES at the end of the verbs. Okay, so we also discussed why our singular subject verbs take ES, okay, or ES in our sentences. Okay, and our sentences. So this was what we discussed above, And I think we are going to discuss about make a few examples here for plural subjects. For them, we use the first form of our verb when we talk about present tense. So let's say we say they play soccer every weekend. So this every weekend is our regular action. This action happens every time. Okay? Or next example. And Anis and Alam both speak, let's say Mandarin. Okay. Okay. So Anis and Alam both speak Mandarin. So when we say speak is the first form of the verb, we don't say, or we cannot say speaks or yeah, we have to use the first form of the verb because we got two names here. It's not. It's a compound. It's a compound subject. We don't have one person. Or I drive my car with care. Okay. Or we can just say carefully. Okay. Okay. Double. So that's also I drive my car carefully. Okay. Another example. We discuss our success and detail when we are asked. So this is whenever people we discuss our success in detail when we are asked. So it means that whenever we talk, we're asked about to tell people about our success, we do this in detail. Another example. You finish the task on time every time. So every time is an action that happens every time. Okay? Every time each time. You finish the task on time every time. So you is not singular person, okay? It's a second person. It could be plural, okay? Or another example. Yeah, I think that's it. So we had examples. We had examples in our. We had examples of singular subjects. We had examples of singular subjects, which I already spoke about here. These are singular. Anita is third person singular. That's why we put S-N-E-S. Okay. So if you want me, I can give you guys. I think I give the ES examples above. Okay. If not, that's not an issue. So let's have some examples with ES. Okay, so let's say ES. These are examples of ES. Okay, so let's do this. Alam teaches English. So this English. Okay, so here we go. Alam teaches. Now, if you see here, teach is our verb. Alam is a singular person. Okay, a singular subject. And single person, when we talk about an action that we do or somebody does it on a regular basis, the verb will take es if the verb ends in ch. If the verb ends in ch, sh, x, z, o, then we have to use what? Then we have to use es, like we have done here. Why we have done that? Because teach, at the end of teach we have ch. Okay, let's have another example. He washes his car every day. Okay, so here if you see wash, because wash is a verb that is ended in sh or ended with sh, then that's the reason we use es here. Okay, and I think I gave the example before. He boxes he boxes he boxes professionally. He boxes professionally when he boxes professionally when he is broke. He boxes professionally when he is broke. So when he doesn't have money, he will box professionally. This is something he does all the time. Let's even if he does it once a month, once a year, once in 10 years, but he does it on a regular basis, that action is called present tense. So I think that should be it for today. I hope you guys learned something, and we will discuss how to make our present tense statements and change them to questions. We will discuss the rules, the changes that happened, and so on. So we'll talk about this later on. For now, thank you for being here today. Please ask me any question you have about any part of grammar, and we'll be together again in our next class. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share this so we can reach out to more people and empower them with our knowledge. Take care and bye bye.